So you've made it. You wrote a surprisingly catchy song about
highlighter.
Random. Anyway, you managed to hit #1 on the charts, announce a global tour, and people everywhere are asking for your autograph. But while you might have achieved fame, the fortune part isn't necessarily guaranteed.
Wait, what? Why?
Look, there's a bit to unpack here, so buckle up.
Oh boy.
While your favourite artists might have big fan bases these days, there was likely a time when nobody knew who they were, like you.
Don't worry, I'll get your name out there.
Enter the record label. Record labels are basically companies with money and connections in the music industry. When they see potential in an artist, they invest time, money, and other resources into hopefully making them a big success.
I see it. You light up my page. That's our first album title. Bang!
They might help to cover the costs of recording, producing, advertising, making sure the artist's music is actually played and heard by people. They also help with a lot of the legal stuff, like copyright and helping the artist navigate the music world. Every time the artist's music is sold, streamed, played, or used, they're paid a share of the profits, called royalties. But quite often, it's the label that owns the recording because of all the help they provided at the start, meaning they get to keep more of the money.
I'll give more of this to you, but you owe me, remember?
It's not always split evenly, and especially once the artist has made back the money that the label has loaned them in the first place, then things start to feel a little bit unfair.
Yeah, sometimes it can actually be pretty hard for artists to make money from their own music. Streaming services don't always pay artists a whole lot of money, and quite often, a lot of what they do earn goes to their labels. It's why some artists create their own record labels, why a lot of your favourite singers will go on tour, release merch or perfumes, and why some artists like Taylor Swift decide to re-record their music.
I think that artists deserve to own their work. I just feel very passionately about that.
Back in 2019, Taylor Swift's former label, Big Machine, sold the recordings of her first 6 albums. Taylor wanted to own them, but says she wasn't given the chance to buy them directly.
Why you gotta be so mean?
So she started releasing Taylor's version, a re-recording of her old albums that she could fully own and control. But now, after years and years of trying, Tay-Tay has finally bought back her early music for a measly 360 million buckaroonies. These days, a lot of artists are trying to hold on to more of their independence, which, thanks to new tech and social media, has never been easier.
And no longer do you have to ask a record label to put your song out and beg them to give you the funding to record it. Things can be recorded on a phone or a laptop that you can buy for $1,000 or $2,000. And you can upload that song to every single platform on the internet for free.
There are also big calls for artists to be treated better by their labels.
I would demand that labels and the industry profiting millions of dollars off of artists would offer a livable wage and health care, especially to developing artists.
There's definitely a really exciting opportunity now for these relationships between these record labels, who are still a massive and deeply important part of the music ecosystem, and the artists that they represent, to have fairer conversations, fairer splits.
So artists like you can continue doing what you love.